It was love at first sight when Jamie-Rae Robertson's eyes met Andy Pinder's gaze for the first time across a dinner table. I just knew right then he was the man I wanted to spend my life with, she sighs, holding hands with him. His voice, the way he looked at me, it gave me butterflies. And Andy admits, when our eyes met it lasted a few moments, but it seemed like forever. It felt like I was looking into her soul. The only problem with this ultra-romantic moment was that Jamie-Rae was sitting beside her new Jamie-Rae, with Andy and his son who she was dating when the couple met. Image, mirrorpics.com, bloke at the time, being introduced to his family. And the object of her head-over-heels desire was, her boyfriend's dad. But since that day, more than 4 years ago, Jamie-Rae, 27, and Andy, 49, have overcome the outrage and skepticism of family and friends and are now planning their wedding after having a daughter together. And astonishingly, Andy says his 26-year-old son has got over the shock of losing his new girlfriend to his old man, and has given them both his blessing. Jamie-Rae says, Andy's son was a great bloke, but it wasn't meant to be. Andy was with someone else and I was with his son, but I just knew he was the one. Andy admits, he battled his own feelings, but lost. It was totally taboo and too complicated and I tried to keep it on a friends-only basis, he says. But in the end we couldn't deny how we felt. Neither could have imagined what was in store the Sunday the son, who does not want to be named, invited his new girl round for lunch with the family. Jamie-Rae Robertson with her fiancé Andy Pinder, who says his son has been brilliant about it all. Image, John Gladwin, Sunday Mirror. The tattoo artist and customer Jamie-Rae had hit it off as they chatted while he inked a delicate chain design on her ankle in August 2013. They dated and quickly became an item. All delivery driver Andy had on his mind that Sunday was a fatherly curiosity about what his son's new girlfriend would be like. He had a partner who was there too. That bombshell moment when he saw Jamie-Rae for the first time sent him into a spin. I thought she was stunning, but she was my son's girlfriend, says Andy. I was living with someone and while our relationship had run its course, there was no way I would make a move on Jamie-Rae. Andy buried his feelings, but Jamie-Rae was struggling to fight hers. He was with someone else and I was with his son, but I just knew he was the one, she says. I also knew I'd do whatever it took to be with him. It sounds awful looking back, but even although I was with his son I couldn't wait to see Andy again. I'd get really excited about going for Sunday lunches. But deep down I knew it was wrong to carry on seeing him just to see Andy. In the end I made a decision to break it off and tell Andy how I felt. Jamie-Rae Robertson with her fiancé Andy Pinder and their daughter Madison, the couple said it was love at first sight. Image, John Gladwin, Sunday Mirror. As the son nursed his broken heart, Jamie-Rae got in touch with Andy on Facebook and said about seducing him. She says, I knew he was with someone and it was highly likely nothing would happen, but I wanted to keep in touch. I didn't dare tell him how I felt at first, although I think he must have felt it too. Meanwhile, Andy was doing his best to put Jamie-Rae to the back of his mind. She was my son's ex, so I kept things on a friend-only basis on Facebook, he says. I'd ask how she was and we'd send a few messages about what we were up to, but that was it. Running out of hope anything would ever happen between them, Jamie-Rae had a fling with an ex and fell pregnant with her daughter Maisie, now 3. But even throughout her pregnancy, she still couldn't stop thinking about Andy. By the time Maisie was born in May 2015, Andy had split from his partner and she finally blurted out her true feelings to him. We were having a cup of tea and I couldn't hold it in anymore, she says. I told him I had feelings for him, that I'd felt the same since we met. Andy Pinder with his daughters Maze and Maddie. Jamie-Rae's declaration of love came as no surprise to Andy. He says, I'd known how she felt all along and I felt the same, yet I didn't want to talk about it because it might upset my son and cause problems in the family. But the feelings between them proved too strong and the pair met up for a drink, and ended up in bed together. I think we both knew what was on the cards that night, says Andy. I wouldn't say my conscience was clear, but I knew it was the right thing. Quote, within days the couple make a decision to tell their families. Andy dreaded confessing all to his son. He told him, me and Jamie-Rae are together. It's not a flash in the pan, it's a serious relationship. But instead of fireworks, the son, who had a new girlfriend, told him Jamie-Rae was firmly in the past and gave him his blessing. He was even at a family party as the two got engaged. My lad has been brilliant about it all. I'm a very lucky guy, says Andy. Andy's 2 grown-up daughters and a second 17-year-old son were also accepting, he says. But wider family and some friends weren't so understanding. Some thought it was out of order, but they didn't realize our feelings had been simmering away for a very long time. The two had daughter Maddie in November 2016. After Andy's proposal, Jamie-Rae said parents Donna and Tony were delighted, and can't wait for the big day next July. Maddie and Maisie will be bridesmaids. Jamie-Rae says, "If I hadn't met Andy's son, I wouldn't have met Andy. I'll always be grateful to his son for bringing him into my life. I just hope people don't judge us over what happened, because we are meant to be."